somebody's car.
Back again. Had to do some work on my dash cam. It's a CYHY dash cam. It's the one I reviewed 2017 when I first installed it in my car. Now I got a new iPad and I realized I had to install all the apps again, and for some weird reason I had to reset my device. Now you can reset it by putting a paper clip into the top hole there. If you find that light, for me that light wasn't blinking anymore, I don't know why. I reset it, but it didn't work. So what I ended up doing was just taking everything apart. And if you guys watched my previous video in 2017, when I installed this, it's as easy as running that wire that comes with the kit to here. And you have a Y connector that taps into your dome light in there to power the camera. Real easy to do. The only difficulty of this was trying to get this thing down, and that's as easy as you have a Torx bolt there, and you remove the Torx bolt and pull your visor holder down, and then you could access that from the underside there, and you push this out from the other side there. I don't know if you see my finger. You just push out and this drops. There's no other way I found that you could remove this in this model car. I believe earlier E90s, you could, I think it was simple as pushing into the light and the thing popped out. But enough about that. So all I did was unplug the power, turn the car off, turn the car back on, and everything was back up and running. Now I had this in the car for 4 solid years. It's actually my birthday week. If you remember my previous video, that was 4 years ago, guys. I can't even believe it. 4 years ago. It's 2021 now. It's 2017 of March when I installed this into the car. It still looks factory fresh. And I just want to follow up to say that this thing is probably one of the best things I've done on this car. So my only complaint initially when I got this was the app and everything was in Chinese or Mandarin. I'm sorry, Chinese is not a language, it's Mandarin. I know, guys, so I'm going to show you guys it. So it's recording right now. I had to also reset the date and year of the app. So there you go. It's March 5th, 2021. It is 2:20. So this synced to my iPad time. So this is fairly accurate for the camera to sync with the time. And you can see that's how it's recording. So I'll show you. My phone is actually 4K video here, whereas this is you see that bus go by. This is I think it's 1080p is what this is recording at. Widescreen 1080p. Actually, I could tell you right now what's it recording at. So let's go into the settings. So 12 megapixels for the picture, and the camera records at record quality is 1080p is record quality. And I believe the video time profile, I have 1 minute chunks. So what that means is I could pull 1 minute clips of what it's recording. And the quality of the video is a VGA 16.9 format. And those are the quality this kit offers. This kit is about 5 years old, this technology. And like as you see, it shows pretty clear. So when I'm ready to pull videos from this, I could enhance it using, like, you know, a desktop application if I wanted to, but it shows pretty clear for what you see outside. Now there's 2 of my neighbor's kids. They're walking towards the car. You see them in a minute. Sorry, my camera's all over the place. You see them as they approach the car. There is actually, looks like there's a slight delay because they're here now. But in this, and there's a car driving there, so there is some sort of slight delay. That's my neighbor talking to me. So guys, that delay there was actually because I was showing you guys the setting. So when you go into the settings, it pauses the video there. So when I go into the settings, it'll just freeze the video there, so nothing moves. And once you go out of it, everything resumes. So I did not know that, which is cool. You can see the wind blowing in that bush right there. And there's a car coming up behind me. It will pass in a minute. There it goes. And there goes the car. So everything's good with this. 4 years in the car. I live in New York, Westchester, New York. So we've had, in the 4 years this has been in the car, 115-degree days in New York to we've had like -10-degree days. And this is working perfectly fine in the car. I know I did a video talking about tech becoming outdated as cars become more advanced in technologies. They're gonna date quicker than pre-tech cars. But this is pretty good tech for the for 4 years in a BMW in extreme weather conditions where the weather swings hot, cold. So 4 years and it's still going strong. That's the bus that just drove past, and it also records sound as well. Sound clips. The sound of the clips are really good. Now to wrap this up, in the 4 years I've had this dash cam, I've really only had to pull clips like on 2 occasions, and both of those clips are actually on my channel. One was in Patty's Day. A car almost T-boned my car from the front. The guy didn't hit me, but I still wanted to pull the clip to see. A second occasion was when a BMW actually almost sideswiped me, cutting in front of me. That clip was on my channel a couple years ago, like 3 years ago. More recently, actually, a guy hit my car while the car was parked, and the sensor was on, and it recorded the whole thing. And also, the police kind of pulled me over for speeding in November of 2020, and I recorded the whole thing. Hey guys, I'm doing a voiceover because of the loud music in the car. So as I'm driving home, see this Toyota Corolla, it had something on the trunk. I noticed the speed guns right away, and I started to slow down, but it was too late. Officer was standing in the middle of the road, and I had no choice but to pull over. I live right up the road, like literally, like I could walk a minute, 2 minutes up home, but it was too late. And it went down the way it did, but it turned out all good in the end. I spoke to the officer. You heard my conversation clear. You heard what the officer said to me, even though the window was really cold, so my window was kind of like cracked halfway, but you heard the full conversation. I got home. I pulled the memory card, put it in my phone, and uploaded it to my WhatsApp, and I actually sent it to a friend who's a police officer because I wanted to ask. I've never ever, believe it or not, I've been driving almost 20 years. I've never been pulled over for speeding in where I live in New York. Never once. So I didn't know what to do, but it worked itself out. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my review on this CYHY kit. I finally learned to say